Welcome to episode 3 of this series of videos. In this episode, we're going to get down to it. We're going to roll up our sleeves. We're going to actually get something done. I don't know if you've learned anything from episodes 1 and 2, but 3, this is the one you don't want to miss. If you were wondering when we were going to get to the meat and potatoes of what this is all about, well, this is the video. So stay through to the end where we're going to get some serious things done. So we're going to be looking at Google Cloud Text-to-Speech. Now, text-to-speech software has been around for a while, and it's essentially when a computer turns, look at the trending. So it's been trending for a while. Now, what's interesting about text-to-speech is that the reverse, what are the trends? So it's about the same. So speech-to-text and text-to-speech, while they are the reverse of one another, the processes for doing one or the other are very different. They're similar, but they're different. Either way. So I'm going to consider this video a kind of tutorial. If you didn't know anything about text-to-speech and you wanted to learn more, this will be kind of a broad overview, and then we're going to get down and dirty and do some text-to-speeching and some speech-to-texting. Possibly you may have to stay till the next video. But if you want to do the very quick, very fast text to speech, if you just want to get, you want to make something real quick, what you can do is head over to cloud.google.com/text-to-speech, and you can, let's see, put this up. Can I put the other little monitor? I should just connect the other monitor, shouldn't I? So you can go to cloud.google.com/text-to-speech, and what you can do is put in some text right here. You have to scroll down a little bit. So you're going to see this when you go to it. And then you should scroll down and don't click go to console. Not right away. We're going to get into the console version. But if you just want to see what it's like, it's going to go into the console. We're going to get into that. But you can see what it's like by just going to this little box right here, putting in some text, selecting the voice, and clicking speak it. So we're going to just leave the text that's in there. Let me make sure. Okay, let me get the monitor connected. Is this still recording? Good. We're doing good. All right, so let's am I out of plugs? Do I need my USB adapter? I believe that I do. So let's have this speak this while I'm looking for the monitor.
Text-to-speech enables developers to synthesize natural-sounding speech with 100+ voices, available in multiple languages and variants. It applies DeepMind's groundbreaking research in WaveNet and Google's powerful neural networks to deliver the highest fidelity possible. As an easy-to-use API, you can create lifelike interactions with your users across many applications and devices.
Easy-to-use API. So we're going to be getting into the easy-to-use API part in a moment, because it is. And I mean, if you're any kind of a developer, if you have no real development experience, then it could be kind of difficult. But since I have no development experience, it's going to be a great tutorial for you, the viewer, who may not have any development experience, to be able to get started and extract what you want out of the Google Text-to-Speech API. My little USB plug is not. The button got stuck. Oh, look, it came up. It's sticky, though. It's a sticky button. All right, so let's plug in this monitor. Is it going to be able to power the monitor through the USB adapter? I guess we'll find out, won't we? All right, let's plug in this little monitor. And boom. All right. So Google just kind of told you what their, let's move this over here. Bam, nice. So Google just kind of told you what their text-to-speech, what this is all about. And they're using the DeepMind. And I guess one of the things that are interesting to hear, I guess now they're all, let's go to the basic voice type. I don't know if you can see that. So we switched the voice type from WaveNet to basic. And then let's just listen to one of the standard voices. It's loading. Come on. Come on, Google. Let's go. Why is it taking so long to do the basic voice? Come on. Come on. Let's get it done. What's going on? What's going on, Google? This is taking too long. Let's reload. Maybe there was an issue. So let's go back to the basic voice, standard B voice. I'm not a robot, surprisingly enough. I am not a robot.
Google Cloud Text-to-Speech enables developers to synthesize natural-sounding speech with 100-plus voices, available in multiple languages and variants. It applies DeepMind's groundbreaking research in WaveNet and Google's powerful neural networks to deliver the highest fidelity possible. As an easy-to-use API, you can create lifelike interactions with your users across many applications and devices.
So that's the basic voice. So we have the WaveNet voice, and we have the now WaveNet. We see, so in basic voice, how many options we have? So it looks like there's B. Why doesn't it start with A? What is this? What is this letterism? So we have B, C, D, G, H, I, J. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why they don't use numbers either. It looks like we have like 8 letters. What a weird way to enumerate things. I mean, I'm assuming there was an A and it got removed. I don't know. But the WaveNet sound cleaner. So let's try WaveNet G. We were doing WaveNet D before.
Google Cloud Text-to-Speech enables developers to synthesize natural-sounding speech with 100-plus voices, available in multiple languages and variants. It applies DeepMind's groundbreaking research in WaveNet and Google's powerful neural networks to deliver the highest fidelity possible. As an easy-to-use API, you can create lifelike interactions with your users across many applications and devices.
So that sounded smooth. So if we go B, C, what is C?
Google Cloud Text-to-Speech enables developers to synthesize natural-sounding speech with...
So the WaveNet sounds a lot crisper, cleaner. It almost sounds like a person. Let's try H. What does H sound like?
Google Cloud Text-to-Speech enables developers to synthesize natural-sounding speech with one...
So they sound pretty good. So we were using, oh, here we go. See, WaveNet, they have an A voice. I don't know why the basic one doesn't. That's odd.
Google Cloud Text-to-Speech enables developers to synthesize natural...
Google Cloud Text-to-Speech. So you can have all these. Now, obviously, there's no way to just download an MP3 because they want you to use the API and pay for it. So that's fine. You know, it's actually pretty, let's see, what is the pricing? So if we go to the pricing for it, price list. So now we got to go find it again. That's not fun. So you can search in the page text. Okay, let me move my head over so you can see a little more of the screen. There we go. So now I can, I'm looking over at the screen and I'm looking at this screen. Good. All right. So text to speech. This mouse is going to be a recurring character in the show. It's just a problem. So here's the pricing. So we have the standard non-WaveNet. See, like, makes more sense for me to jump out this way. So the WaveNet voices are from 0 to 1 million characters. They are $16 per million characters. And the standard non-WaveNet voices are $4 per 1 million characters. So, 0 to 4, free per month. So it's like 4 times the cost. You get 4 times more free, and it costs 4 times more once you're paying for it. So the WaveNet is the bougie. You want the bougie voice. You don't want to sound as robotic. Well, it's going to cost you 4 times as much. So that's what's going on. So we've seen how that works. So that's a cool way to kind of dip your toe in. Now there's many applications that could use a text-to-speech functionality. What I've experienced personally most is in video production scenarios where it would be better to, instead of having a narrator, to at least be able to have a preliminary video for a lot lower cost using a text-to-speech function. Even if you're going to pass it to a narrator later, sometimes it's just good to hear, somebody else's voice read out the text, a script or whatever it is. And then you can hear things that need to get changed. So there's a lot of functionality for text-to-speech. I mean, the sky, your imagination's the limit, really. So the basics of it are being able to send text and get back, a sound file. So right now we can just hear the sound on the screen. We could record what sound is coming out of the computer, and but it's very cumbersome, and it's not what Google wants you to pay. They want you to pay. So let's go into a basic way of how now we would use the API. They said it's an easy to use API. Let's see how easy it is to use for someone that doesn't have really any coding experience. So let's go into the documentation. Quick start using the command line. All right. So here's the quick start project selector page. So you're going to need to do all this stuff, enable it. Now, I've actually already gone through this process. So we're going to skip some of these preliminary ones using the command line. You need to go set up a project. You need to enable the API. You need to set up the service account key page. And then you need to create the account key, and a lot of that is within there, and you have to go and, you have to do the administrative stuff. So then once we have this going, what we want to open up. Now, here's where, let me just point you in the right direction. So all this is pretty straightforward. You're going to go click on it. It's going to open up your cloud, your admin tab here, and then you're going to be able to click on a project, and then you're going to go and let's see, what are you going to do? You are going to go, and you don't really need to even go in here just yet. So you would enable the API, and we see that the API go to credentials. So it's already enabled. Add credentials to your project. Let's just see. Don't I have credentials? Yeah, I have credentials. So here the API. I probably shouldn't be showing any of this. So let me just shut this off. This is why I can't show different parts. So let's cut that off there. Let me go into the parts that I can show. I'm going to have to black that out. And then let's go down, and now here, let's go back into here. So the parts that matter, the parts that are important, all this is important. You have to do all this, but I can't really show all this because then you're going to be seeing things that you shouldn't see. So now if we go into here, you want to go into Windows, and it took me a while to get to understand this part, maybe just because I wasn't reading this, but to get it to work, if you're on a Windows, you need to use what's called Powershell. And this is a good thing if you've never been a developer. Like, I just got introduced to Powershell. Now, if you have any kind of development experience, Powershell may be the most basic thing. It may be, I don't even have a good analogy for it, but it's probably step one for a lot of people, but I hadn't even gone to step one. So I learned about PowerShell while doing this. Maybe I'd heard about it before, but I never consciously used it. So what you realize what it's going to do. from the API. So you're going to read through this. We're going to open up PowerShell. You need to set the credentials. So essentially, you need to install the Google Cloud. What is it? The Google Cloud SDK or something like that. What is it that they call it? So let's see. Let me open this up. So we need to go into Google. No, it's what the hell is it called? I mean, Chrome. Where was this put? What is this? What? Cloud SDK, right? Okay, so right in here. So it's going to be in your app data, your local SDK, and then you're going to have... Now, I'm not really sure how this is used, and I didn't end up using this, which is strange, because what I ended up using is PowerShell. And one of the things I needed to end up learning was how to open PowerShell in folder, right? And I ended up... There's a link that I went to. See, all this stuff was very frustrating. I had the Windows open for the longest time because I was meaning to do this, and I didn't. All right, here's the article. How to open PowerShell in a specific location in Windows 10. PowerShell comes pre-installed. You can access it from the Power User menu, or you can search for it via Cortana. Windows 7 and 8 do not have PowerShell by default. Although Windows 10 has PowerShell, it hasn't integrated in the same way it has Command Prompt. You can open a Command Prompt window. See, that's the thing. There's Command Prompt and there's PowerShell. Why are there two things? Why? I mean, I'm sure there's a good reason that somebody can leave in the comments down below. Listen, moron, here's why there's PowerShell in it, but they seem very similar, but obviously they're not. The content menu will have an open command window here option, but nothing similar exists for PowerShell. Here's how you can open PowerShell in a specific location in Windows 10. In File Explorer, this is the simplest way to open PowerShell. Absolutely no changes to anything. Open File Explorer and navigate to the folder location you want to open PowerShell. In the address bar, type PowerShell and hit enter. Incredible. Give it a second and PowerShell window will open. Boom. So you write PowerShell in the thing. Like, that's wild. How would you know that? You wouldn't unless you Googled it. Thank God for Google. All right. So we're going to open it in here because you need this little key file and we need to activate that. So let's go PowerShell. Boom. Look at that. Oh, snap. So then now it's opened up in that file, in the Cloud SDK file. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the quick start and we're going to replace the path with the JSON file that contains the service account key. Okay. So let's see if this works. So let's go into PowerShell. Let's paste that. Let's go copy this little file. Let's go paste. And then it's a .json, close that, boom, I guess. So that may have worked, right? So that's step one. So we've done that, boom. Then you have to install and initialize the Cloud SDK. But I think we already did that. So you may have to go through here and you can download the installer. I did the installer. All this stuff is here. And start the shell. Make sure, start the Google Cloud SDK shell. What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, I mean, how do you start it without the menu? Windows batch file text application. That's the uninstaller. I'm so confused. So confused. Google Cloud SDK. Install. How do you open it? Google Cloud SDK shell. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Cool. Because there's actually, now here's the nuance. I may be wrong about this, and we'll see if we get to it in this episode. But I believe that if you use the speech to text, you need to use Google Cloud SDK shell. So there's now 3 of these kinds of program. There's the command prompt, which we're all kind of familiar with. There's PowerShell, which is another Windows thing, which less people are familiar with. It may be a very popular thing, but less people are familiar. I guarantee less people are familiar with PowerShell than they are command prompt and possibly Google Cloud SDK shell. So either way, we have these open. Okay, so we've opened it. Run. Make sure. So let's start it, and then let's run. Let's run it. Let's run. Oh snap! Welcome. Configuration. Oh snap. Setting your current true project. Reinitialize. Choose the account. Okay, let's do that. I think we're good. So it's ready to use. So we're up and running, baby. We are up and running. Okay, so this is running, right? Now it's weird that it's happening in 2 different boxes, but that's what's going on. All right, so then now we're gonna synthesize audio from text. You can convert text to audio by making an HTTP request to the send endpoint. So, but we're not going to be doing it like that. See, you could do it this HTTP way, but I don't know how you would do that. You can convert, you execute the REST request below on the command line to synthesize. The command line uses that command, HTTP method, and URL. What? So if I copy that and I put that in here, what happens? Host is not recognized. I think this is where I was coming into the issue. Now, if I do this and this, it's like, no, that's not happening, dude. To send your request. So I'm definitely doing that wrong. So I wasn't able to get that work. Curl, I should have known wouldn't work, but it says Cloud Shell. So I should be able to technically copy this, put this in the Cloud SDK shell, but it's like, nah, you can't, nah. Now, there are ways that I've had it do different things, like where I've gotten rid of, maybe I have to do it 1 line at a time. I'm not sure. It's bizarre. So I don't think I was ever able to get this to work. Oh my God. Delete and backspace doesn't work in command prompt. I must look like such a moron in code. Curl, no URL specified. Okay. So do I need a curl? I think I need to get rid of all these freaking slashes. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Let me go. I think I need to get rid of the spaces. The new lines. So let's do that. And if I'm doing this completely wrong, let me know down in the comments. Curl could not resolve host, but it was doing something. So it kind of read it, but it didn't. So it couldn't do it. It was like, no. And this is the problem I was encountering before. So curl didn't work for me. Now PowerShell. What? So now if I do PowerShell, wait, I'm confused. So if I put curl in PowerShell, it's like no. But if I put this one in PowerShell, it's like no. Okay, so how did I do this? Because I got this to work once. This one in PowerShell. So the application credentials, you should receive text input request JSON body. And if I put this in PowerShell, that's not. So what is it? What is it? What is it? Quick start using the command line. You can convert text audio by making all client libraries. Enable the text to speech. Python, Ruby. Oh man, where was it? All quick starts. So it's easy to use API if you're a developer. I know I can get this to work. PowerShell, audio content. You should expand one of these options. Isn't it missing something here? What are you talking about? 2. So it's saying 1. Then text to speech, basic, the service account, the account key, example Windows. I did this. Did that. Command line to synthesize audio. Command line request to send your request. What? Okay. Request.json. Okay, got it. See, that was. Am I crazy or was that not here? Why was that? Why did that not show up before? You see how that didn't show up? What was that? Because I was on this page and I was right here and this wasn't here. Okay? So you need to find this. This is maybe I put this in the description. I don't know. But this is like the most important piece of code that you need because it's like, oh, just put post. And it's like, no, it needs to do this. It needs to invoke web requests and it needs to do all this stuff. And then you need to create this little file, which is this stuff right here. Boom, which is in this little file. Where did the little file go? Request. So in here, you select the name of the voice, the language code, the gender, the audio encoding. Now, what are the other voices that we have? Like, where are creating audio voice? But now, before we do that, let's turn this into an audio file because there's like another step that we have to do. So now we need to decode the contents of that into a new file named that. And it's going to decode. So we need to do this. So in here, synthesize the base 64, right? So we need to take this stuff all this gibberish that was just spit out. We need to go up here. That's wild. So this is the sound file. That is the sound file. I think we need to go from audio content, right? Oh no, from those two things. And then we need to go put that into the synthesize output. That crazy thing. And then we need to save that. And then we'll get rid of this MP3 file. And then where do we run this? Where do we run this command? Base 64, yada, 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 yada. So we run that right here. We go base 64. No. So do we do that in the command prompt? So, but I need to open command prompt in the right place, right? So I need to, how do I open command prompt here? Why is there no new, give access to, group by, view? How do, file, open Windows PowerShell. Look, that's like now a thing here. What? Where's open command prompt? Or how do I open command prompt in a folder? Why is it not letting me do this? Open command prompt in a folder. How to open command prompt in a folder in Windows 10? I mean, it should be hold down the shift key and use the context menu. Oh, okay. What the is the context menu? Open PowerShell window here. No. Hold down the shift key and use. No. Open PowerShell window here. What? This is like the reality of development. The only way I do development if I could do it like this, where it could be entertaining for all to see and educational. See, we get to go through this together. Isn't that fun? Isn't that just fun? Base 64, it's not recognized. So what? Why can't I open command prompt here? Where is command prompt? Command prompt. How do I open file location? Command prompt. Oh my god. Decoding base 64 audio content. Right. Okay, so on Windows, decode using the cert util decode. Oh my god, it's this. That's why. It's this. The file. Oh, it's this. It's this stupid fucking thing. So let's go open a little guide, and we're going to if you're watching this video, you're gonna be able to be privy to these guides and these things, and now we will learn about how to do this, and we'll do this together. This will be a learning experience for us all. So let's open this up. And let's open up a new little doc. And I know you can't see the screen because I was signing in. All right. So this is how to use Google Text to Speech, right? How to use Google Text to Speech API with Google Cloud SDK shell, PowerShell, command prompt, right? Google. Yes, I meant Google. All right. So the pieces of code that are important, that's super important because that goes away for whatever effing reason, that I can't. And then this one, look, it's gone again. Where is it? Look, it's gone. See, it does that sneaky shit. Going. So these are super importante. These are the things of code that are super important. Let me put little lines in between them because these are the things that you actually need. So you don't have to go rummaging around. You need your request at JSON file. You can pretty much ignore that one up there. You know what I mean? So let's put these horizontal lines. Let's just get everything formatted. Boom. All right. And then where's the other one that you need? And then you need to set up the Google Cloud thing. You need to run. You need to do that. What else do you need to do? You need to go and where's the other thing? Yeah, you need to do this thing. Okay. So these are the things that you need to do. These are the important things. These are the important codes. You know what I mean? We can simplify a lot. If you're just on a Windows computer, this is not the Mac tutorial. I mean, but these are the lines of code that you actually need. You know what I mean? All that other stuff is nonsense. So you need to set the Google application credentials. You need to make this thing, and you need to do this stuff above. You need to do all that stuff. And then once you get into here, you need to put this in a folder. And then you need to go run this after you ran that. So this is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. And this is 5. The 5 steps. 5 steps to use Google Text-to-Speech API, right? So here are the 5 steps to use Google Text-to-Speech API. So there's more. So you need to open up open PowerShell in folder, right? Then you should just open maybe not command prompt. So then this is 2. Boom. So it's the 6 steps. Cool. Maybe I can make it 5 somehow, but I'm pretty sure it's 6 steps. Okay, so open PowerShell in folder. Set that 4 create request.json file. Right, and then we execute code in Power. Execute the following code in PowerShell. Boom. So we got create the request.json file and then run the following code in PowerShell 2. So that's boom. Okay, so now let's run that in PowerShell. Let me just make sure. So what did it say? So no, that one was wrong. So we need to run this, and we're going to get rid of encoded file name. So the encoded file name will be, if we go into here and we go to users and we go to my folder and we go into Google, the Cloud SDK. So now the one that we have is we want to synthesize. We want this, boom, and we want to paste that .text, and then we want to paste that .mp3. The data is in. Let me make sure. We did it. All right, and now here's the end result.
Android is a mobile operating system developed by Google, based on the Linux kernel and designed primarily for touchscreen mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets. Android is a mobile operating system developed by Google, based on the Linux kernel and designed primarily for.
All right, so now let's change the voice. Let's have the voice get a little naughty. How about that? Let's have the voice just get a little naughty. So now we have the system set up. Boom, beautiful. So what is it that should be created then? Well, this is where, as a developer, or you hire a developer, or you know a developer, or you feed a developer in food and hugs and whatever else, is you create a software where now you can input text and it'll return a file, and in the background what it's doing is just running all this code without you having to do each step manually. So now and they have the code samples. So if you'd like to see in a future video me attempt to create a software that does exactly that allows you to just put in text, click a button, and it spits out, an MP3 file, let me know, because they actually do have my laptop's getting hot. What temperature is he at? Woo! She's getting nice and toasty. I smell it. It's like she's like a little space heater. All right. So that's essentially how you do that. So how do I switch the voices? Where are the different voices? Translating and speaking text from a photo. What? That's some other listing all supported voices. Here we go. Oh, snap. So are they all standard? Where are they? Protocol. Find the complete list. Why didn't you just take me there in the first place? Oh, and here you can see some of the samples. Cool. You can also create a list of these voices by calling the voices list endpoint of the API. Wow, they got a lot of voices. So let's go down English. Australia, mate. How do some of the Australian sound?
With cloud machine learning, your application interprets images, texts, and more.
Right. She does. WaveNet. How does the WaveNet voice
With
sound?
cloud machine learning, your application interprets images, text, and more.
With cloud machine learning, your application interprets images, texts, and more.
With cloud machine learning, your application interprets images, texts, and more.
With cloud machine learning, your application interprets images, texts, and more.
English in India. What does English in India sound like?
With cloud machine learning, your application interprets images, texts, and more.
Sounds exactly what you think it sounds like. Okay. English UK. English US. Look at it. It starts with that standard B. They nuked standard A. They nuked it. It's gone now.
With cloud machine learning, your application interprets images.
Your application interprets images, texts, and so much more.
Let's get this one. So let's go into our little request JSON. Let's change this to that. Boom, beautiful. Let's change this to that. Beautiful. Let's change the gender. Like the gender is already matched with the voice. I don't know why it has a gender option, because there's no female WaveNet B voice. Maybe there is. Maybe I should try it. We'll see what happens. I'll break it. I'll break the Google. Right, here we go. So let's do that again. So let's go to our little nifty guide. And now let's go run our code again. So let's go run the code. Boom. So let's go into Windows PowerShell. Let's run it. Bam. What? Bam. Whoa. So let's do that. And let's copy all of that. And let's go into the base 64 output. Let's save that into there. And then let's go into here, the command prompt. And no, let's go into, let's close command prompt because that's just confusing. Let's close this. We can leave that open. That's fine. We can close this because we're not using that. We can keep that open, I guess. And then we can close this one because we can run it all out of there, right? So let's close that. That can stay open. And then let's open up PowerShell and let's put in, now let's go back to our nifty little guide and let's go to the nifty little guide. Let's go find our code and we just need this. Let's go drop that into PowerShell. Let's then go get let's just go get that file name and we'll just save it. We'll just go here .text and here .mp3. So we'll go and we'll run that. File exists. So we'll call that 2. Boom. And now if we go into the Cloud SDK.
Some days as a Google Voice API I just get sick of it all. I am stuck in a server prison. Please help me. I am afraid. Some days as a Google Voice API I just get sick of it all. I am stuck in a server prison. Please help me. I am afraid. Some days as a Google Voice API.
Oh, it just like loops on itself. Is it set?
API I just get sick of it all. I am stuck in a server prison. Please help me. I am afraid. Some days as a Google Voice API I just get sick of it all. I am stuck in a server prison.
Yes.
Please help me. I am afraid. Some days as a Google Voice API.
Jesus. It's dark. It's a dark day. All right. So that's how you do it. So those are the 6 steps to use the Google Text-to-Speech API. Now, if you're a developer or someone out there that can turn this into a program, maybe leave a comment. Maybe you've done that. Let me know if that's something that I should pursue, because we see there are ways to do it. I mean, Google's here to help you out, man. They're here. They are here for you. So we can go to all the code samples and apparently list pass text to the speech API. So what does this mean? So can I just create something? View sample to synthesize audio. So if I go do a C public static voice, synthesize, creates an audio file from the text input. View on GitHub. So can I get this as like a program? Like what's going on? Copyright, license under the Apache unless required. Whoa. They're like so serious. So how can I run this? What is it doing? Console, natural sample rate. What is it doing? So how can I use this? Text to speech. .cs API. .NET doc examples. Using command line, using system. So what is this? This is, how can I use this? Run C code. Compile C hashtag online. Okay. Well. What does this do? Run code. Oh shit, what's happening? What happened? Run it. A namespace cannot directly, such as fields or methods. What? Okay. How to run a program. Starting. How to run a program. Visual Studio. Do I have Visual Studio? Studio. No, I don't. Download Visual Studio. Okay. Free download. Oh, cool. Thank you for Oh, snap. No thanks. Yeah, let's install it. Let's do this. Let's do this thing. Oh, okay. Oh, snap. So maybe I can make a program real quick. I don't know. I mean, there's like 10 minutes left in this episode. I don't know if I'm going to be able to create a software that does this. But what we definitely did is we did some text to speech. We did some text to speeching. So that's good. That's a good thing. I'm glad that we got through that. I'm glad we got that done. So now I guess, which video should I do next? Should I do the speech to text? Because we got a whole bunch of things to do. Google speech to text. What is it? Speech to text. Google Cloud speech to text. So they got a thing where you can do a file upload, and it will find out if. So can I do the little file I just did? So now let's go into, where's that little file that I just did? Boom. Where's that little file I just did? It's in users. It's in here. It's in app data. It's in local. It's in brain dump. Brain fart. Cloud SDK. So here we go. So let's do that second one. Oh, it's uploading. It's happening, people. It's happening. It is happening. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. And Visual Studio is installing. So see, there's exciting things that are going to be happening in these videos. I don't know what you're talking about. Web and cloud. Should I just select all of them? Should I select? I definitely want to try that. Maybe some Python. Maybe. Let's just go crazy. I don't know which one is desktop and mobile. Look at this. Look at how many platforms there are. Jesus Christ. Game development. Data science. Office SharePoint. Anything that's Visual Studio. Oh my God. There's so many. Linux. Let's just select all of them, and then I'll get rid of all these things. Total space 37 gigs. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. That is a lot of space. Which one's taking up so much space? What's taking up that much space? Oh, mobile development is like 8 gigs. Jesus. That is. Oh, the mouse messing with me again. So which one is just the one that I need? Wow. It's almost a gig just with nothing. All right, so where's build using, I think it's this one. C hashtag. All right. So that's the only one. Create with 17 gigs. What the fuck? Universal's Windows. What? Are there any other ones that say C hashtag? Office. I don't think I need to do Office. SharePoint. Developing. All right. So let's just. Install. Holy snap. That is a lot. Yeah, no. We're not doing this now. We're not doing this. Close. Stop. Don't. Oh my God. Can I stop this? Set up pause. More. Remove. Okay. Not now. I'm not doing 17 gigs right now. It is not happening, ladies and gentlemen. We are not doing it. Creating a restore point? Yeah. So I guess it's possible. We're going to dump some code into there and see what happens. But I'm going to have to let that go. Uploading file. Look, this thing ain't working. So we'll see if we can get the speech to text. But I'm happy to say that at the end of this episode, I may even cut this episode short. This is like class. I'm going to let you out early, everyone, because, as you know, I'm forcing you to watch this video. So since you made it this far, I think I'm going to cut class a little bit early. I think everyone can go home and do what they're going to do because we successfully did it. So take this new skill and, combine it with the other skills that you have. And now you can text to speech. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it educational, then please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. There will be other videos that will be less educational than this. Some will be more educational. Who knows? It may get worse or it may get better. So thank you for watching, everyone. I know this one wasn't an hour. Go enjoy your 5 minutes. Meditate. I don't know. Do something. Do something with your life. Go create some text-to-speech. Let me know how you've used text-to-speech in the comments below. Thank you for watching. And I will see you on the next video. Get out of here, folks. I mean, you could watch, but if you've watched for 55 minutes, then I'm proud of you. I appreciate you. You're a good person. Thank you.